Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Majora's Mask. I got a funny little camera angle here, so I thought we would start right here. We are getting ready to take on Snowhead Temple. We're pretty much all ready to do that now. As you may be able to tell by the clock at the bottom, I have actually reset time and come back here. That's not because I expected this to take like all 3 days with the inverted Song of Time or anything, but that was really just for, you know, an easy, convenient save. But I suppose we should go ahead and get this thing started. Now, of course, being the second temple, it's going to be a little bit harder than the first one. I mean, I think that's just kind of self-explanatory. You should be able to figure that out. But so it will take a little bit longer, but it's still really not that bad. There are a lot more twists and turns and passages, and there's actually, I think, a lot more floors in here, too, than the first temple. So it might take just a little bit longer to get around, but it's still really not too bad. This is kind of big. It's going to take more than average strength to move this thing. Well, good thing we have more than average strength. So, just finish hitting those, I guess, get some magic refill. Awesome. So now we grab this block and push it. I guess this is kind of their way of checking to make sure you have the Goron mask. I don't really know how you'd get here without it, but, well, I suppose they have the right to check. So in here we've got a White Wolfos. We can deal with them if we want, but the thing is we're actually going to be returning to this room a few times. As you can see, there are a number of doors, pretty much all of them detailing the different types of doors we're going to have. We just have the regular one, which we can access right now. We've got these ones that are encased in ice, which we're going to have to wait a little bit to do something about, and of course locked doors, so I guess that's kind of cool that they put all three types right here. But so let's go through pretty much the one door that we can right now. We're going to be taken to this room. Of course, this floor right here is ice, so you will slide around. Got a bunch of stuff happening up here, but first we're going to head on down. You might have seen the first of our stray fairies up there. We are, of course, going to have to collect 15 of those once again. And this one looks pretty simple, but if we put on the mask, the lens of truth, we can see that there's actually a big solid wall blocking it right there. So it's kind of weird how it works in reverse that way, but that's just how it goes. And now here you can see there's this big pit of lava, and I haven't yet mentioned this, but Goron Link can actually just walk through this without getting hurt, so I'm going to have to use him to do that. Alright, so once we get over here, we're going to have to bring out our bow. I went ahead and filled up on arrows before we came in here, because I knew we'd need them. Quite a bit, actually. We're going to be shooting a lot. And now you can see that this little passage right here is actually open, so we can turn around here and shoot the fairy's bubble that way. Like that to open them up, and then also there's another one up here, and go ahead and do that. Now let's go ahead and get out the Great Fairy's mask and go ahead and pick up our first 2 stray fairies. So let's just wait for them to make their way down here. There's 1, and there's 2. Alright, awesome. So now let's make our way back across the lava here, and on back up the ladder. It seems like Goron Link almost wouldn't be able to climb this ladder. If you look at it, it's like just barely the tips of his toes are on that. I would feel really uncomfortable. Because you also got to imagine he's pretty top-heavy, so I don't know. But anyway, if we want, we can smash these things to get some magic, sort of giving us a hint at what we need to do. Tattle will also tell us here. At slippery places like this, you can curl up as a Goron and roll your way across. Why don't you try it? Okay, sounds good. So yeah, you can see we've got this bridge here. It kind of forms a ramp at the end, so what we're going to have to do is roll. And once you're on the ice, you can sort of just stay there and charge up for a little bit, and then roll into the crate at the end, and we're good. Alright, so we've got a couple ways to go here. We've got this stairway on the right and the blue door. We're going to take the stairway first. Now, this room, we're pretty much just going to get a couple things and then head right back out. We're going to be coming back here quite a bit later and actually, like, you know, solving this room, I guess, but for now, we just want to head to the right, grab stray fairy number 3, and get this chest over here. And this chest has the dungeon map, so that is always good. We're also going to be getting the compass relatively soon as well. I think with both of the dungeons we faced so far, it's kind of been that way, so that's definitely nice. So now we're going to go back and take the only other way we can go. There are pots sort of interspersed throughout this dungeon a lot, so, you know, if you see them and you're kind of low on supplies, you can usually get what you need there. So once we head through this door, this is the main room of Snowhead Temple. You can pretty much already see it is definitely a lot more complicated than Woodfall Temple was, and I don't know, I'm seeing like 4 or 5 floors right there. I guess we could check our dungeon map and see. Yeah, look at that. Basement 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it is more complicated, but as you can kind of see by the map, there still really even aren't that many rooms. It's just worrying about how to get to each level that makes this somewhat hard to get around, so Alright, we've got a bunch of doors, only a few of which are actually available. There's that one over there, the rest of these are all frozen, and then there is a stairway right here, which we're going to take. And this is actually going to lead us down. This should be the basement level, I think. I don't remember what level we were on before. And we're going to switch into Goron Link, who's going to have to do some stuff with lava. Just watch out for the red bubbles to pop up. As long as you keep moving, they probably won't hit you. So we step on that switch, and that will cause a chest to appear in the other pit right there. So while we can't see ourselves, let's go over there and grab it. Whoa! Okay, so anyway, yeah, you can see there's a stray fairy there, so let's make sure to grab that and get back on out. I got hit by one, but oh well, that's fine. So now that we grab that, let's go on back up. And this time we are going to take still the one other door that's actually available to us. So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of places you can go, but for right now, since we don't really have a way to unfreeze these doors, it's really kind of linear, actually, so... Okay, so in here, we're going to have to look to the left to see the stack of blocks. I don't know if we can... Okay, I guess we can't pull them as Hylian Link. I thought you might have had to be a Goron because there's two of them, but I guess not. Alright, so let's just pull this out one away from the end, sort of get it right in the middle here, and then push it straight this way. You can't really see because the big towering stack of blocks is in the way, but there's actually sort of a little nook that we're pushing this into. And this is also just kind of for preparation's sake, really. There's not really going to be anything we can do with these blocks after we push them into place. As you can see, they sit, and that will cause a chest to appear up here on that ledge. But the problem is we don't really have a way to get up there, so we're going to have to be coming back for that later. However, you do want to go ahead and push the blocks out of the way, because we can then open this chest and find a small key. Alright, so now we're pretty much done with this room. Like I said, we can't grab that chest yet, so let's head on back this way. And now we're going to have to be actually a little bit creative. You can see there are some torches besides this blocked door with ice here. So what we're going to do is get out our arrows and fire one on through the torch. And, well, it didn't work. You kind of have to be, like, right against the wall. It seems kind of picky. Needlessly so, but oh well. So you can fire through the torch, and as you can see, melt the ice, then head on through the door. Now, this room should look familiar. There's a white Wolfos in the middle and a bunch of other doors around. Yeah, we pretty much made a complete circle all the way back to the beginning, so yeah, that's kind of cool. But this time we have a small key, so let's go ahead and check out this one. Now, in here, there are also a couple things to do. You can also see a Wolfos hiding behind the ice there. But for now, again, there's still not too much we can do at the time being. So we're just going to come in here and grab this chest. And that will give us the compass, so now we've got a really easy way to find our way around. Then also there's a wall over here that looks a little bit suspicious. Might be worth taking out this Wolfos, just so he doesn't bother us while we're doing this. And it gives us some hearts, which is nice. So we can either use bombs or the blast mask here in order to get this thing taken care of. I find the latter to be quicker. And then let's head up the stairs on the other side. Okay, now this room, we're going to have a bunch of little ice blocks here. But as we look up, we can also see there are a bunch of stalactites, and Tattle will tell us about it. What? It's an icicle. It's just like the one we saw outside. Yeah, it's just like the one that we used in order to actually make our way to this region to begin with. So we're going to have to shoot these with arrows, and of course all of them do take 2 shots. So I kind of like to just hit all of them once and then go back around in a circle again. I feel it kind of makes it a little bit faster, so you don't have to wait for that scene with every one of them, you know. Alright, and this one. There's also another one behind the last one, so we're going to have to shoot it like that. And this one. See, like I said, you're going to be using a lot of arrows in this place, so make sure you come in here with plenty, definitely. And you can also see there are a lot of red rupees sort of scattered around. This is a pretty good place to make a little bit of money if you're into that kind of thing, but, well, I've got 5,000 in the bank. I really don't care. Oh yeah, and icicles also fall from the ceiling, so just watch out for that. Okay, now in here we've got this very suspicious little sheet of ice here. It looks oddly flat at the top, and it turns out if we get out our lens of truth, we can look through and see that there is actually a hidden passage here with a chest. So let's go in and grab it. Gotta open it from this side, but once you do, you get Stray Fairy number 5. Alright, so now we're gonna make our way across to this big ledge over here with a giant snowball on it. Again, you could either turn into Goron Link or use the Blast Mask or bombs. I didn't have either of those available, so Goron's the way to go. We can open that chest and then get a small key. Okay, so we're pretty much done in this room. You can run around and get more rupees if you want, but it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll grab this one since we're here. Okay, or maybe not. But we're going to go through this locked door on the east now. Okay, so in here, we're going to drop into this pit real quick. You can see there are some of these guys here. Haven't mentioned what they are, but these are white bows. Just calm down and attack it. They're just like the black ones that were in Woodfall. So, just kind of let them do their thing. And it is easy to get hit by them, so... thankfully, they only do a quarter of a heart, being really small enemies, so... Okay, then we're going to look up with the Lens of Truth, and we can see there's a stray fairy there. If we turn the lens off, we can see it's actually an invisible wall. So let's just kill these guys, and then... There we go, got it. I didn't know if I'd be able to or not. I didn't feel like putting the Lens of Truth back on, so... let's get the stray fairy here, and I guess we can go ahead and progress in the room while we're at it. Okay, come here. There you go. And again, like I said, there are pots in most rooms in here, so if you need things, you can usually get them from those. So here we've got this big pillar. If we jump up on it, Tata will tell us. What? You think you could push down something this big just by standing on top of it? You're gonna have to find some way to pound it down. Oh, well, you couldn't be any more obvious, you know. So let's use Goron Link and pound the thing. Once we do, we're going to open up a pillar up there, and that will also block the door to get out, but we're going to be doing something with that in a little bit because we've also raised this one here, so we can just pound this in order to get that to reset. But if we do that, we won't be able to get back up here, so, you know, we kind of have to do a little bit of work. What we're going to do is come up onto this green one and pound it. Now, you're going to have to be quick after doing this because this is on a time limit. You can hear the timer clicking away. Then you want to come back over here. No, I didn't need to switch again. I just kind of do that instinctively, but... Alright, pound again. And then that will, of course, cause the yellow ones to reset. And now, if we're quick enough, we can jump up on this thing and back onto the ledge, and that will let us get through. Just like that. As you can see, we've got plenty of time. I really wasn't in any danger of running out, so as long as you halfway know what you're doing, you'll be fine in that room. Okay, so let's see. Now here we've got another bridge that we're going to need to go across, so Goron Link is definitely the way to go. So let's line ourselves up and do it. And then make sure to stop at the end so you don't run into that ice. You will take damage if you hit it. I don't know, maybe not if you're rolling, but either way, just avoid it. Now here we're going to have something that's a little bit annoying. We're going to have to kind of make our way around here in order to get to that corner. Thankfully, this is the first time, so they give you this little protective, I don't know, net here or something. But either way, you just kind of want to roll. You can take it slow, but try not to bounce against the wall like that, or else you will usually fall off. So it's really weird. The camera doesn't help much either. You just kind of have to get a little bit of practice at it. So just go across the middle, and there you go. Now once we get here, you can refill on magic if you want with these snowballs. And there is a door, but we're not going to take it yet. We're actually going to go across this bridge here. You can always use C up to line yourself up. That's really a good technique to, you know, use. But then we can break some snowballs here if we want to refill, but I don't really care. Let's go in the room and see what we've got here. Well, that guy looks kind of interesting. So yeah, we've got a mini-boss fight. Awesome. So what we're going to actually need to do is switch back over to Hylian Link and just look for the one he pops out of. It's pretty easy. This guy actually really isn't too much of a challenge. You can either tell just by listening or really just by looking. I mean, there are only 4 possibilities, so it's not too bad to try to see which one he's going to come out of. Whoa. He just switched. That was awesome. Okay, there we go. I think I shot a little too early. Alright, now this time when he comes up, he's going to enter his second phase, where he's going to kind of go around. And again, he would be really easy to follow, but it's going to cause a bunch of, like, fake ones to come up. So just look for the real one and shoot him, and that's really all you have to do. The real one is usually, like, thicker than the rest. I don't know. They're not transparent, so, you know, I guess more opaque would be the word. But just keep shooting him and doing the same thing. Eventually he'll die, and you can claim your prize. So yeah, that guy really isn't too much of a challenge at all. If you have problems with him, that means you're just being lazy and not looking around. So let's see what we've got for that. That's right, we got the fire arrows. Set it to C to power up your arrows. Things will heat up when they hit. course. So yeah, you kind of figured with all the ice around there, we're kind of blocking doors. We're going to get something that can melt that. So fire arrows is pretty much the logical thing to get here. So we can put them on. Of course, they do use MP to use and arrows as well. So they work exactly the same way they did in Ocarina of Time. So they're definitely going to be used quite a bit through here. So you're going to have to make sure to conserve your magic somewhat. But anyway, now that we've beaten the Wizrobe, I think was that guy's name, a recurring enemy in the Zelda series, of course, but now that we've beaten him, we're at about 15 minutes, so this seems like a pretty good place to cut off and save. Maybe the rest of the temple for next time. I'm not sure if we'll finish it in the next video or not, but either way, we will definitely make tons of progress. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.